Hello everyone and welcome back once again to Unity of Command 2. I'm back with a historical campaign. I've dealt with the first 3 missions in Poland and now we'll continue. The campaign milestones are working now because, like I said, if you have if you just buy the DLC, then this is working just fine. It was just a remnant of the beta that carried over if you didn't restart your campaign. Anyway, let's start the early attack on France. I probably don't even need to look at those cards there. Yeah, let's do that. So we'll have 3 missions in France there, and yeah, this is pretty bad, so let's pump it up. And I actually want Panzergruppe Kleins to have these, so with 5 prestige. Yeah, so we'll go for Feint to Antwerp, 10th of April 1940. The French built the Maginot Line on the assumption that it would force Germany to attack through Belgium. French and British plans were therefore based on committing their best formations to propping up the Belgian defences along the Dyle Line. But without any offensive plans of their own, the Allied dispositions leave them vulnerable to an attack away from where they expected. Let's take a look. With very limited forces, you must convince the Allies that this is our main strike. Push aggressively against Antwerp, the seizure of which will surely trigger a powerful Allied response. If you can bog the Allied forces down in a slugging match in Belgium, they'll be hopelessly out of position to respond to our main attack through the Saar Gap. So this time we'll have supply down there. We'll have to move through Liège and I guess then to Leuven and Antwerp with whatever small amount of forces we have. Let's get rid of these. And I guess pump them on the tanks. These guys will have nothing. Oh, you're only here for 1? No, let's for 1 more. I definitely want... Yeah, let's do it like that. And I don't have any prestige to deal with any other issues. I'm gonna have to send most of my forces down through both of those areas. This is fine. You're here also for 1 turn, but actually in that case, what I could do is just take this, put it on you, because you're stuck. Oh. The Stuk 1A is definitely a whole lot better than the artillery. Although it's not bad, but right. So as for reinforcements, it seems like we don't get a lot, and of course then no British though this time. Interesting, but the French will get a lot, and they'll probably all deploy down there. There's nothing we can do against that. Nope. This is fine. Let's get started. Well, let's start with Leuven. That's really good, actually. I don't think I can do any shenanigans necessarily. Well, maybe. No. So I can either take some losses. That still might be preferable. 70% retreat. Okay. Can you move in there? No, you can't. So it's gonna be these. That was way too risky, but that did not turn out as well as I would have liked. Let's actually take this though and then move down. Need one up here, one in here at the very least. You can still go down, just like you. I don't actually care that much about the Dutch in general. That's not where my main attack is coming from anyway. It's actually more of a holding position, as long as they don't interfere with my plans against Antwerp. Okay, I do have to always keep in mind that I might potentially be able to do things like that, because it will give these guys just a little bit more experience. Which I guess is always good. I need to save the flying artillery for Leuven, I think. Oof. Enemy air force. That sucks. Yeah, I don't like that at all, but... Okay, luckily it's not in a problematic position. There has to be an infantry... Okay, yeah, good. Let's take a look how many units there are, because if this is chock full of infantry... I have to be very careful. This is already super dangerous in actuality. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Now, I also need to take a lot of stragglers. So... And I don't really want to actually get out of supply with my forces at the moment. I don't like mobile units. I actually want to keep them here just in case they might go around and cut me off. And again, this attack, it's not really something that I care too much about. Interesting though that they can build pontoon bridges, whereas here's group obviously can't. Let's keep them there for now, and yeah, moving up there. I don't know whether that's in my interest right now. They will almost surely be cut off, and then yeah, that's no good. They will have no chance to retreat anywhere potentially. I don't really need to readjust this. I'll keep the supply there. Wow. Well. Let's hope for good weather around that area, though. That would be great. Yes. Okay, that tank I think was exceptionally dangerous. There are a few enemy units here which I just generally don't like to see. Let's just say it like that. I can probably cut off a lot of forces in that area though. Okay, this should... Like the thing here is that if I... Was there something? Yeah, you can go up. What I can do, potentially, is go in here. Oh no, they can get supplies, I guess, through this. Yeah, so they're not gonna be cut off in that position any which way. So then, up here. Again, I do need to take enough. Yeah, okay. So I already forced the Allied commitment. These guys will be in trouble, I think, though, based on... No. Never mind that. I guess for both of these supplies I can send them down, and that might be somewhat useful. I have no clue what the Allies are gonna do here. They might really go aggressive, although I did finish off at least quite a significant portion of that French armor. So my hope is that at least makes the Allies a little bit more timid. The way that generally works is that the AI... I believe the way it works is that the AI at some point feels like it has overwhelming power or a stronger force than you, and based on that it becomes more or less aggressive. And I think that if you defeat enough of the enemy, they will no longer be aggressive, so to say. So it is, I think, pretty critical. Man. %80 retreat though. I would lose the recon. Well, Don't need to hold it with a lot more than just that, so. I guess also the important units to beat is their armor and such. It's time to also move. Oh, come on, no overrun for you. Like, I need to take Antwerp turn 6. That is also a close clock. This is 4, huh? One thing that I surely mishandled is the supply situation. Okay, I do have 2 more turns to get there. These are at least cut off. Let's actually see what happens here and whether... No. Because had I moved them further along, they might have been able to build a pontoon bridge. That's not going to happen now. So I actually think, because this is, oh, they're going to be here for 1 more turn, huh? Okay, what are you going to do? Not too much, it seems like. And I think they will also be in supply. That's also not an actual problem for them. This is closer to that. That is true. And they would have a hard time moving up there anyway. These guys are down to 5. Putting that down to 1, what does it do for the AI? Nothing. So that doesn't help. I think it just loses... No, I mean it has to lose the engineer. This is not a problem for them either. Okay, so what I need to do is, I think, still move further ahead. And then just try to kick those guys in the teeth, get supply their next turn, refuel both of these, and then move, I think. They've been severely weakened, or at least significantly, with me hoping that that also means that the AI will be in trouble. They might try to break, though. Okay, that's fine. They didn't, so that means they still think they are too weak, and that's not going to change with these forces, at least. I need to move to Antwerp this way. Can reconnect. Make sure they get supply. Yeah. Okay. And I can only resupply one of them. These guys will probably also try to do something similar. That was pretty funny. We know there's yet another enemy unit there, so I want to move in here. Yeah, I have no choice now. Please retreat. Please be able to get in there. No, they are not. And of course, they did not get an overrun either. It forces me... Wow, okay. To kill them. Ah, now you can go. They are not ideal, for sure. But... the goal here... If only I had something similar to flying artillery there now. This is not too helpful, I think, even now. Although I can actually also use a feint attack, which will help me on the next turn somewhat. But not by a whole lot in general. Gotta pretty much make sure that I don't get cut off. So I would say moving you in here, and you here, would prevent the AI from doing anything strange. Will allow me to move these up and resupply this unit and these on the next turn, potentially allowing me to take Antwerp as well. None of these guys gets to attack, so I don't think the allies are going to be a big problem in general. This is very important though, I think, yeah. I also... No, they have supplies like this. There is no need. Also gives me a bit of extra experience for the infantry. Alright, let's pray on the next turn. Pulling back, always a good sight. Even there, I don't really care about their entrenchments. Okay. Yeah, that was expected to not be amazing. Let's start here though. And city in ruins at this point only helps me. Makes it easier to defend. This will cut them off. And also, now I have to be very careful. Definitely not doing anything with them again, for now. Let's see. If I... wanted to say if I have any decent attacks there, I will take care of it, but it is still going to be a bit tricky, so... let's just slowly reduce the pocket. Especially since the AI can still do some things. Let's repair the bridge. Out here, out here. This doesn't really matter, but it just gives me something to do. I need to hold Leuven, so... One problem that might arise is that they... no, they cannot go around. These are full strength units. I'm actually pro moving them into the forest. They will surely move in there now. I kind of messed that up. You will not be back though, so I can attack at leisure. So maybe at this stage they won't. These guys will be out of supply for a lot longer, so it's more likely that this is a secure region now. Yeah, you move back. I don't care if they go in there now. Let's move you down though. The only thing that also worries me is the cav. There are still a few tricky elements, and I don't want to get into too much trouble anyhow suddenly. Like, the enemy does pack a punch if they want to. Although this really does help quite a bit. Oh, let's continue. I'm confident no counterattacks will come now. So let's see, which units will stay, because if I do this, then they'll be able to potentially reach regular status, or veteran status, and they did, great. Same for these, will be very useful to actually reach that. Let's see how some of these other guys are doing. Yeah, you could use it for sure. Still a lot of enemy units. It's funny that they are actually, well, I don't want to say are giving up. But I'm certainly farming these right now. Oh, and 2 is always a bit trickier. I will have to get those guys later. But this, at the very least, allows me also to reform a line. These tanks are a bit of a problem. Well, let's see. Now they're finally out of supply. This is weird. I will not be able to cut them off eventually either. I will have to content myself with how things are now. But it's good enough, so. Yeah, they're just on the defensive. We have one more turn. Let's take a peek. There we go. And now let's go for this one because this is very good and I don't have the prestige to go all out crazy. It would have been interesting to also take Brussels, but ultimately, I guess it's a bit unrealistic to expect you're gonna get it all. Yeah, they even have no retreat. Yeah, it's a lot of units though that they still have. It's actually a bit weird because I think that had they counterattacked maybe a bit more aggressively, they would have been able to, I think, definitely get me. But now there's just not a whole lot that they can do. My force now is as powerful as theirs, so if they didn't attack before, they're certainly not gonna attack now, methinks. Oh, except there. Yeah, because they have the artillery. That is unfortunate. So it's practically the only good attack they have. But it didn't work out too badly. Let's take a look. Feint to Antwerp completed. Nice. Next one will be Fall Brown, but I'll be taking care of that in the next episode. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care. See you next time, and bye-bye.